Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Ridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host with the most, the Bridge 258, and today we're doing another video which I did at a previous point in time this season already, almost 10 games in, which is what is going wrong at Chelsea Football Club. And honestly, for me, I can't believe I'm doing this already. I can't believe it. But here we go, man. So I think for me, yeah, a lot of the stuff that's been said, obviously post interview by Poch, what we saw today in the game, I need to have some. We need to have some what I like to call honest conversations. I know people like to say uncomfortable. It's not really uncomfortable. It's just the reality at the end of the day. So honesty is the best policy when it comes down to it. So I want to really start down. Yeah, you probably saw from like the actual thumbnail of the video today that I have Poch as a problem, and I think for me, now, obviously, there's equal parts of the issue of a problem at Chelsea, but I think currently he is a major part of the problem. Now, one of the things I criticised Poch for was that he is not playing people in their right positions. Previously we spoke about on this channel quite a few times when this was going on, Chilwell at left wing, and why it was not working, and why it was a stupid idea, and why it should not even happened for one game, let alone any games at all. It should have happened for one at all. It should have not happened at all. That should have even entered the thought of your mind, mate, because left wing Chilwell was not going to work at all. There is literally, he does not have any left wing attributes here at a time when that was taking place. And I was like, that's so stupid. Honestly, I just understand it at all. And then after that gimmick, we finally put Mudryk in, gave him some game time, and then he started to improve because the player was playing more and more games and was actually a good player. So we saw that sort of situation occurring. The next issue that we had, for such a long time, was Enzo in the 10 role. I don't understand why, he was putting in Enzo in the 10 role for, I think he did that for a good 4 to 5 games in a row when that he plays best in a pivot, and that you currently possibly have one of the best EPL pivots in the midfield with Caicedo and Enzo, and that you even know yourself that Gallagher doesn't even work that well in the pivot as well. Playing him maybe in the attacking 10 role could have worked for you and would have been a much better success rate. It took him to go on a losing run, and then against Brighton in the Carabao Cup for him to finally realise, oh, that's how I need to do it now. And then bang, he decides to do it, and la-dee-dee-da-dee-doo. What happened? It started working again, and then we saw that, and then we've always had this left back Cole situation because for some reason because he wants to play essentially Silva in the team, but even though you know my thoughts on Silva, while he's a good defender, problem is he slows the pace of the game down quite a bit, and even at times, in the last few games, he's been looking a bit shaky in general. So I don't understand why we even been playing Silva there rather than giving Cole time there to adapt and take time to learn, to make sure he learns his LCB role while he's playing the EPL for Chelsea. And you can kind of see the consequences of him doing that move now, because in the last 2 games that Cole has been playing left centre back, been looking a bit meaty, a bit shaky. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens when you keep playing someone as the left back. You know what I'm saying? Not his actual role. So, that's another thing there. And then, for me, the worst decision, was yesterday. I cannot, for the good of me, understand why Gusto fully healthy, ready and fit, and you chose to start Disasi because of height. You know what I'm saying? Disasi, right? Why not just take out Silva? He's taller than Silva. He catch your money. Just let him be there. Why are we starting him? Why do we start Darcy right back? And then, when he's not doing the right back stuff that you need him to do, and you basically left a Madueke, whose first game of the season, not played in the team for quite a long time, isolated, alone, what were we expecting? No hoops on that right hand side. Nothing was cooking on there. Literally, barring the try that Madueke did, nothing happened on that right hand side. At all. Finito. Not nin. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why we were doing that. There was nothing in there for me, that made sense for us to do that at all. But I just, I did not understand. The height stuff here for me was actually bullshit because, I don't think, they were going to provide that much of a threat really. Honestly, Brentford. And you know what's crazy? They dunked on Disasi from the back post. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it even worse. The thing you're playing for didn't even work because he still got dunked on at the back post, which was crazy. But like, for me, he is a big problem. And then the thing for me here is that we're seeing some. I think we're seeing some attacking plays, top sort of plays. Somewhat of a final ball starting to occur now, per se. I would say, but it's not. It's not. It's not like almost like an engine where it's continually motor happening non-stop. We're creating these chances non-stop. And for me, the issue is the low. He cannot face a low block, bro. He made a comment in his post-match comment that he doesn't know how to break. Essentially, verbatim, he basically said, "I cannot break a low block." How can your manager, where the majority of the teams you're going to be facing in the league, particularly in the mid to lower table teams, are going to be using low blocks? Maybe Newcastle, when you face them, they're going to be able to do that low block thing because they have players that have the ability to do so too. How are you going to break them down then? What? We're not facing Liverpool every week. We're not facing Arsenal every week. We're not facing City every week. You know what I'm saying? We're not facing those top teams every week. The majority of these guys are facing mid to low table teams that are going to be able to do that low block. You know what I mean? And you know what, you look at the teams that we faced only one against. Brighton plays that open from the back football, a bit more open from the back. Number one. Number two, Fulham, same situation. Burnley, been doing the same thing. Do you see the pattern, lads? Do you see the pattern now? You know what I'm saying? But against Bournemouth, against Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest. Aston Villa, they weren't playing that, open football. They were literally playing that back and forth after playing in the Europa League. Guys, honestly, for me, Poch, he's becoming a problem. And the thing for me, is that I didn't think about this, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're now only 3 points behind Europe because Brighton's the nearest one that's in Europe right now, in the current stage that we're in. Even though we've been playing that shit, guys, The next games, if I'm not mistaken, Tottenham, Man City, Newcastle. And then Tottenham, Man City, and I think it's international break, then Newcastle, if I'm not mistaken. Or if it's Newcastle, then international break, it'll be like that. Are the owners eventually going to have to pull the plug? They got to lose the hubris, bro. They got to lose the hubris and think, if he loses these games, and then we're getting further from Europe, because we know the ownership wants Europe this season. Do you then pull the plug? That's what I'm saying to you. I'm not necessarily saying I'm Poch out yet, but like the way that we have to be honest in the saying that the trajectory that we are going in, if you're the manager, you have to start getting things right, bro. Tick tack, bro. I will say that already. Tick tack. The time is ticking for him with the way he's moving. He's killing himself. Like I said, some of the decisions he makes, he fixes it. There's always another problem that's coming. Like that he's doing something wrong. Like there's always, it's almost like, he'll fix one problem but create another one. And the thing, and then the other part for me, is that, which I'm going to get at, is the young players. The thing is, with Poch, he needs to understand, the majority of these players, barring maybe Disasi, you could probably add Reece James into this, Thiago Silva, and who are Sterling. The rest of these guys, they're young guys. What you need to do as a manager when it comes to young people, you need to give them directives, orders that they have to follow, simple as that. You need to make it simple for them. And I don't feel like he's doing that for these guys as well. Make it simple. Give them direct orders that they have to follow. Don't make them express themselves stuff. Yes, you can do that maybe a bit more once you see that they're building up confidence, they understand their ability, know what to do. But you have to first of all give them direct orders that they have to follow, that you need them to do in order for you to be able to have a level of creation. The thing about we talk about obviously Tuchel. Tuchel did a good job of being tactically aware, giving these guys simple, easy orders, and that when it came to attack, he told them express yourselves. The thing right now is we have young players right now. That's the difference. We need them. We need to give orders to every single one of these guys in order for them to make sure that they are following rigidly the stuff that they're being able to do. That's all it is. It's really as simple as that. And that's for me the big Poch part. The second part for me personally, is what I would like to call not the Poch part per se, the other part, which is the player part as well. Now, I'll be honest, when it comes to Sterling, I've always remained the same. When he's good, he's good. When he's bad, he's bad. But the thing with him is that he's become consistently inconsistent. That's the issue. We need him to be consistent. He is the leader of the attack at the end of the day when it comes down to it. I'm talking about attackers first, then we'll go down the list. If you know what I'm trying to say. So I want him to be making sure that he leads the team and please try to be consistent. That's what we need from you. The thing with Jackson, we go to Jackson now, yeah. Jackson has not been great. Let's put that simple as it be. But the situation he's been put in is not nice. It's not nice at all either. If we're being honest, when Jackson came to the club, I predicted 5 to 10 goals in the EPL for him, and it looks like my prediction is coming right in terms of between 5 to 10 EPL goals. The thing for me, yeah, is that this guy's a young, 22 years old. Yeah, bought for 30 million, so very cheap. This guy is meant to really be your secondary striker. You're meant to have the number 1 striker in the football club already. And this is the season where you gel him in, give him time, let him learn the EPL, learn the trade, give him the minutes that he needs to learn up and improve his game. And then the second season to third season is when you start playing him a lot more regularly, where you can start holding up the line. But the problem is, we've put him into the wolves already, thrown it into the deep end already, into a league that he's not experienced in, doesn't have that ability, doesn't have that stuff to do for, because we don't have a number 1 striker, which we didn't buy in the summer. So, a lot of this partly is on the management for producing that failure and putting him into the wolves. Then the other issue that we can say, yeah, is that he himself is not playing great. The way his movement has not been great. A lot of that stuff has not been great. But again, we come back to that, and I ask the same question: isn't that not down to management, guys? You know what I'm saying? If the manager gave him specific orders, told him what to do, yeah, maybe we don't suffer that same situation as well either. And that's the thing. When you've got all of these young players, inexperience is gonna happen. But what you need to do, yeah, is at least give them straight orders so that they know what to do and where to be and what they have to do. But that's not the case. So how can we help them? That's the thing for me personally. And right now, yeah, I think if you're looking at the ownership, for example, I think, I'll come back to this before, we needed a bit more experience. I think this is something that I did say. I thought we needed a bit more, two or three more guys, maybe with a bit more experience that can do it a bit more. But can help these guys improve themselves as a team. That's the thing. That's what we needed. And we go into the apparently now the general transfer. We're looking for a centre back now. We're looking for a striker now. And the centre back one is a bit confusing because you're losing Jalaba, but why are you bringing in Tapsoba then? Tapsoba is a good player. Don't get me wrong, but what's the difference between him and Jalaba then? You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. I'm a bit weirded out by sometimes some of the transfer policies makes it a bit weird for me. But the striker you gotta bring in is gonna be another question itself. But listen, man, I feel like I've spoken enough, yeah, about what I think the problems are right now at Chelsea, particularly because, the thing is, ownership, yeah, we can criticise them maybe, and I want to say maybe, sorry, we criticise them maybe saying maybe brought in too many younger players, and I think that's a fair point, but the problem is, and I come back to it when I was thinking about it previously, who could you have brought in? People talk about Marquinhos. Marquinhos cost you 70, 80, 90 million pounds. You already brought someone, like I said, that you had to bring in for 115 million, and then you brought in Enzo for 106 million. You know what I mean? That money that you've got, where are you going to spend it from? That's what it just comes down to for me again. All the players you bought are all under 50 million pounds, guys. I think Cole Palmer for 45. We brought, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Malagusta for around about 30 million. Jackson, 30 million. Levi Cole was homegrown. Desarcy was around about, I think, if not 40 million euros. So we're around about 35 million pounds. So, you know what I'm saying? So, this is what it just comes down to for me personally. But guys, that's the video. Please give me what you think. What are your reasons? What are your beliefs as to what is going wrong right now at Chelsea Football Club? Put that in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys too. But that's the video, guys. Please make sure again to like, share, subscribe as always. I've been your host of the most, the Bridge 258. Dedicate your hearts, and as always, make sure to stay blue.